Welcome to John's Random Review. Hi, welcome back. I've given everything a good scrub up. Now, part of the reason, I know when we took the clamshell off, everything else was not too much dust and muck inside it. But I like to give the clamshell a good clean out and a good scrub up. So I ended up taking all the guts out of the thing so I can have the two bits of the clamshell. And I can get them in the old sink and get a bit of, what I normally do, tell the truth, is get a bit of hot water and a bit of something like Jif and one of them green scrubby pads and give it a good scrub up. The actual teal, the glass fibre sort of, what will be some kind of plastic, is actually very, very tough. And if it gets a bit of paint or something on it, or it gets muck on it, it comes off really well. The only thing is, sometimes I've had, is some oils get impregnated into the plastic and you cannot get it out. But this doesn't seem too bad. There's a little bit of marks that don't come out sort of here. You probably can hardly see it. But in regarding the rubber over moulding, that's dead easy to clean. That gets really shiny sometimes. It gets a lot of crud on it. And that, just with scrubbing it with a stiff brush or one of them green paddy things with a bit of Jif, that's come out actually pretty good, like new. So that's in good order. Sometimes I have to get like a little fine brush to get all the crud out of there. But that's back to looking in really good shape. And look at this. Look at this. Normally the makita, that's where it says makita, that's some kind of white spray on that, and that normally comes off. So like a bit of a daft person I am, if that's all come off, I'll get a little paintbrush and paint in the makita. And even the silver bit that says brushless motor, that seems okay. The only thing that's kind of wrong really, I think it's been dropped, and just there, hang on a minute, it's kind of come away a little bit, but I'm going to try and glue that back on. So what the plan is now is to put it all back together. Like I said, everything seems okay. The rotor and the stator, they seem okay. The switch was semi-okay. What I mean, I thought that was going to be a lot worse. I thought inside there all the contactors were going to be all carboned up, but they weren't too bad. So I still think maybe it's the controller. So we might be still in the mire when we get back together, and it might be, I kind of guess, really uneconomical to fix. So, but don't worry, I've got a plan B. So I've always got a plan B. So I've got a little bit of a plan. If this bit's broken on it, and it's going to cost 90 quid or whatever to fix it, I've got another plan. So let's get it back together. So another thing of note is, if you want to start taking these apart, best will in the world, you look at it and you think, oh, I can remember where all the wires go and everything's routed. When you put all the guts of this machine back in, all the wires go like in special routes. And then you think, oh, I'll remember that. I'll remember how they go. Well, I never could. So what I generally do is take some photos before I take it to bits. And then I can refer back to that to make sure all the cabling is in the right place. Because if it's not, honestly, you'll never get the clamshell back together. And so you'll be messing about and get yourself in a bad mood. So let's get this thing back together. And we're going to cross our fingers and hopefully it'll run. Also, we're gonna try and straighten up a bit. That's got a bit bent, and we're gonna maybe give that a bit of a spray. So we'll see you back when we've got it all back together. Here we go. Everything's back in the clamshell where it needs to go. So all we need to do now is put the other half of the clamshell and then put the head bit on, and then we'll see if it runs. Wish me luck. Okay, clamshell back on. I am going to spray that. And anyway, it looks really good, but it doesn't mean shit if it doesn't work. Like I said, the brilliant grinders, they're absolutely brilliant grinders, but when the actual main controller goes on it, it's too expensive to fix in my opinion. But I was hoping it was just going to be the switch, but when I took it apart, the actual switch didn't seem that bad, so that made me nervous, thinking, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. But anyway, let's get a battery on it. Let's get a battery on and see what it does. A bit nervous. Anyway, let's get a battery. We've got a fully charged up 5 amp battery. Look at this, can you see that? Actually dropped, lent the blow lamp against that the other day and actually melted a bit of it. Anyway, it's charged up. So let's get the battery on. And what we'll say, we'll give it a moment of truth and see if it works. Okay, you ready? You ready? Yes! Yes! It works! One thing I have noticed though, I don't know, there is something still wrong with it. Normally they've got like a bit of an electronic brake on these things, so when you let go of the trigger, it's meant to stop straight away, and it doesn't. So I don't think I'll be able to fix that, but as long as I sell it, what I do when I sell stuff on eBay is I'm very transparent, and I'll say what's right with it and what's wrong with it. So I will put in the description that the electronic brake doesn't work. I don't think that's a good thing. I'm super stoked that I've actually got it working again. And it's another tool saved from the landfill. And it will hopefully go to a new home. I might spray that head, I don't know. That looks a bit of a mess. I think the actual clamshell's in really good nick. So the next job is to maybe spray that head, clean this up a bit. It's a little bit bent, the actual blade guard. I've got to find the 2 bits that go on, the back collider bit that the disc sits against, and I'm going to need to see if I've got like a disc changer thing. Anyway, we'll see how we get on with that, so I'll see you soon. I've given everything a rub down, and yes, I've sprayed it. I've sprayed the head, and I've also sprayed the blade guard with the gloss black. And if you look round here, I've actually sprayed the little screws that hold everything back together with gloss black, so that'll look pretty good, like a Bobby Dazzler. Unsubscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, tell me you love me, tell me you hate me, tell your friends and neighbours, tell that weird guy from across the street with the one-eyed dog, tell me anything, but most importantly, let's get